Look at him. Look at my boy.
Look at him.
Look. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
Yeah, during the intro?
Watch this during the intro.
It's crooked now.
Nah, it's okay. We're just gonna move over a little bit. We're just
You're
gonna
stepping on a water bottle.
Yeah, and I'm moving the table. Help me.
What are we doing, buddy? Why are we doing this?
Because we were so off center. We're better now.
We looked at ourselves for so long. Why not notice until live?
I know. Why not notice until live? And yet, we did not notice until live. Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And I gotta tell you, Saige.
What do you got to tell me about?
I thought
My microphone's too far over.
that Gollum game
Hold the story.
was a joke.
Nope.
We thought it was a joke.
Nope.
We said, nah, they're not doing that. That's silly.
I'll have you know, I've always been on the side of fuck yeah, this Gollum game.
I thought it couldn't have been. There was clearly goofs.
Uh-huh.
They certainly wouldn't release it looking the way it did. They certainly wouldn't release it doing the things it was doing. They couldn't do that, the Gollum game.
Every single piece of news since Gollum was announced as a game, from the initial description of Gollum, has sounded like a joke. And it makes me so goddamn happy. Look, as your resident fake nerd girl that's never seen The Lord of the Rings, I love this shit. Ruin it. I don't know.
This is real.
This is going to be my first introduction to Lord of the Rings, Anthony.
Perfect.
I'm doing this before I watch the movies.
Perfect. No notes. This is a real screenshot from Gollum. That's what Gollum looks like. And
Whoa!
And this is a decision. This is a moral decision that Smeagol has to make. What is this? What am I looking at? What is happening here?
Only the greatest UI of all time from my favorite video game, Gollum.
More like got him, because that joke came out, and I guess we're all falling for it. Gollum is getting some ridiculous reviews, as it should.
This is very, very fun. I enjoy this headline from Kotaku. Are you going to work? Yeah. That's the Lord of the Rings game about Gollum is getting absolutely roasted.
Look at that game.
Look at him. Look at my boy.
Look at him.
Look.
And here's the thing. I think that's during a cinematic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the in-game of Gollum. When you go down to the in-game of Gollum, like, it's... whoo!
I can't wait to learn everything I'm going to know about the Lord of the Rings through playing this video game.
I mean, look, if you're gonna do it,
this is the time.
this is the way to do it. If you're gonna get into Lord of the Rings, this is how you should do it.
Let's take a look at this first review. This is from somebody on Twitter named Alex Avard that said, "Morning, Gollum is one of the worst games I've played in a while. If you can't be bothered to read the full review, the difference between this promotional screenshot and the actual gameplay gives you a decent summation of why." Of course, that was the one that we were just looking at with the bad...
so that's the pre-release. That's what it looked like.
Uh-huh.
That's what came out. $60. Now, this is, of course, by Nacon. Nacon is the developer that's taken a few kind of older, kind of legacy licenses and made some games recently. They made that Terminator game. They made the RoboCop game.
Yeah.
They are the developers behind this Lord of the Rings game, and it's $60.
GameSpot said the gameplay is more often than not too easy. You are significantly hindered by Gollum's stats. Your stamina, which is required for running and climbing certain objects, depletes quickly and reloads at a snail's pace. Your health is similarly fragile. You take fall damage from sometimes hilariously low heights, and resources to replenish HP, worms and mushrooms mostly, are few and far between.
Gollum is one of those kids that's getting off a chair, like the kid got onto the chair and like understands that it's easy to get onto the chair and the chair is not up high.
Yeah.
But then when you see them try to get off the chair, they're like, That's what it's like to play Gollum. Gollum will jump down from a pebble and just simply ragdoll. Gollum will just simply,
I want you to know
the
that
bones leave his body immediately.
I want you to know that's how I picture you as a kid, Anthony.
Yes, in stages. In stages.
I picture you as a real delicate kid.
I was a real delicate kid, and then in times I was not a real delicate kid. I was a roof climber and I like to jump off of high things.
Oh, okay.
But when I was a little kid, I was very like, goodness me. I was a little kid. Listen, I've never seen young Sheldon. I know you love young Sheldon. I've never seen young Sheldon, but I was perhaps like a young Sheldon.
Autistic?
Mayhaps I was like a young Sheldon. Just a little bow tie and a delicate constitution. Which is now
Sheldon and I had in common. Got it.
Which is what we have, which is what Gollum has in common with a young Sheldon. Polygon says, a better question is, why make a video game about Gollum?
Why did you make this video game about Gollum is actually the question there. If you're going to make a simulation game about a wretched creature in a wretched situation, it's either going to be meaningful and immersive, or it's got to have a hee-hee-hoo-hoo factor.
Skill Up says, The Lord of the Rings Gollum is the worst thing I've played this year. In fact, it's the worst thing I've played in a long time.
So good.
But we do want to say that while everybody is dunking on Gollum,
well, not quite everybody.
While everyone is just dunking on Gollum, we do want to mention that the Lord of the Rings Gollum review in the IGN, the Imagine Games Network, did give the Lord of the Rings Gollum a fairly positive review.
It did. I'm trying to find the original way they listed the headline because they have actually edited it now. Oh. They have actually edited the headline now because when I pulled this for the story last night, it said that it was a surprisingly earnest tale that they enjoyed, and now the headline is The Lord of the Rings Gollum is being brutally panned by critics.
Ooh.
Here we go. It still starts with a positive note, though. So they give it a 64 out of 100, which is
this is PC Gamer. This is not IGN.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. The IGN one was the very delicate one, but I don't know where it went.
Okay. Because the IGN final score for Gollum is a 4.
Okay, bad.
They did give it a bad, but I guess their original headline was about oh, gee whiz. It's not so... IGN... Sometimes they get a little money to show off a game a little early.
We can't confirm.
We can't confirm that. We do know that they got some first looks, some exclusives at Gollum. And sometimes they have a tendency, even though the review will still get a 4, they have a tendency to post some headlines and some things that make the game sound a little more positive than maybe the review actually says.
IGN is always going to be the most... flattering review of most games at the end of the day. That's just how IGN reviews. IGN reviews a tipped scale of positivity a little bit. But PC Gamer also rated this kind of weirdly high in comparison to these reviews, saying, despite my nature, a son-averse hermit hoarding shiny treasure, giving me a certain affinity for Gollum, been skeptical about it. And then they were like, it's not that bad. It doesn't have the best mechanics or the best story, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, and at the end they give it a 64. Nobody's really giving Gollum any good reviews, and I just want to say, I can't believe they committed to the bit.
I can't wait to play it.
But in some very good game news...
Wait, Downey Downerson in the live studio audience said, oh my God, the dev team just tweeted an apology.
Whoa.
This is potentially breaking news. Breaking news. We're both looking it up as we speak because, oh my God.
I mean, look, it's a bad game.
This is also a very funny tweet. It says, I'm glad to see at least the people writing Gollum headline reviews are having fun. We have the Lord of the Rings Gollum review. We don't want it. We don't needs it. We have the Lord of the Rings Gollum review. I hates it. We have the Guardian saying the Lord of the Rings Gollum review. Boil it, mash it, stick it in the bin.
Here we go. The Lord of the Rings Gollum, a few words from the dev team. Dear players, we would like to sincerely apologize for the underwhelming experience many of you had with Lord of the Rings Gollum upon release. We acknowledge and deeply regret that the game did not meet expectations we set for ourselves or for our dedicated community. Please accept our sincere apologies for any disappointment this may have caused. Our goal as a studio and as a passionate Lord of the Rings fans, as a passionate Lord of the Rings fans, has always been to tell a compelling and immersive story-driven adventure. Crafting a story with Middle-earth as our playground has been the greatest honor and the biggest challenge we have faced so far. Our development team has been working diligently to address the bugs and technical issues many of you have experienced. We are committed to providing you with patches that will allow you to enjoy the game to its fullest potential. Egg.
The most.
Egg. Hey, good luck to Daedalic and to Nakon and to
God, this is so funny. I love working in video games, Anthony. Here's what we're gonna put it out there. Don't harass game devs.
No.
Even if a game is bad, don't harass anybody. Don't be an asshole. Don't be mean to the game devs. But this is funny as shit. This is funny as hell.
Now, this is a game that was plagued by many delays and sort of the looks of internal troubles with development. We'll see what went down. I'm sure we'll hear more about it as time goes on. But for right now, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure none of you were going to pay $60 for Gollum.
I am.
But
I am. Anthony, I fucking am. I'm gonna be the number 1 Gollum streamer on Twitch. Look at this shit. This is gonna be me. I can't wait for this to be me. Look, Anthony, that's gonna be me.
Stealthing. Stealth. Where are Gollum's?
What?
Where are his elbows? Oh, there they are. They're being pinched. He's just getting a little pinch. Hey, Gollum, everybody's trying to get to work, bud. Gollum's the guy planking in the office in 2012.
Remember when everyone was planking on the freeway and shit?
And it's like, that's hilarious, Dave, but we have to get into the break room.
No.
Gollum?
Oh, turn the head a little bit.
Gollum? Hey, bud? Hey, Gollum?
Honestly, hilarious bit, Gollum. You're funny. Keep it up.
Whole game is a hilarious bit. In exactly opposite and reverse news.
This says he has the vibe of what if you tortured and malnourished Crazy Frog?
Wow.
I hope this is so many people's introduction to Lord of the Rings.
I hope everyone finds out about Lord of the Rings through the good video game Gollum.
Okay, yeah, now you can do the next
all right,
thing.
so now we're gonna move on to the exact opposite of Gollum, which was the PlayStation showcase.
Yeah.
Which, my stars, what a lot of good video games we saw.
Yeah.
In the PlayStation showcase. First of all, we want to talk about it starting strong with the Spider-Man trailer. Oh my gosh! So we knew symbiotes were coming in this Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah.
We knew that all of this was going down.
The trailers aren't in here.
Yeah. Let's find that trailer.
I'm working on it.
But what we got when we say trailer, we got like 15 minutes of Spider-Man gameplay, 15 minutes of Peter Parker in the symbiote suit. The symbiote gameplay looking real nice.
Yeah.
Real nice. We did not get to see, obviously, the co-op that everybody was hoping for, but we did see the swap between Miles and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put the link to that one in the thing for me so I can go to that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not do any sound.
Probably not do any sound.
Probably not do any sound.
We shouldn't. We're not going to do any sound.
No sound, Anthony.
No, we'd never do sound. You got to turn that off on this end.
Okay, you're going to listen to it with sound?
No, I'm just saying. Even if I mute this, the sound tends to come through over NDI.
How interesting.
Yeah, that's happened a few times to us.
Very exciting. Anyways.
Yeah. So we can skip around through this, but the beginning shows us the intro of Kraven.
Yeah.
Which was very exciting. We also got to see Genki flying around in his hunter drone, assisting everybody. Very good trailer. Very good trailer. It looks so good. Here we have Peter fighting off some of Kraven's men.
Look how rad. Look how fucking cool.
It looks so good. The whole trailer is about, or this whole clip really is about Peter trying to save Kurt Connors, the lizard, from Kraven's men. before they hunt him. And he's in the black suit, and he's a mean boy.
Yeah.
Peter Parker's a mean boy in this. The combat with the
combat looks so cool.
It looks so good.
It looks like maybe the coolest combat I've ever seen in a video game. I'm really just like, this clip absolutely wrecked me. I was so excited by it.
Listen, I know that Insomniac is all about toys and gadgets, and the first Spider-Man definitely had a lot of toys and gadgets.
Look at this shit.
I'd be happy to see the toys and gadgets go away in exchange for symbiote powers.
Yeah.
I would certainly enjoy that a little bit more. So here we have the switch to Miles. We get to see Peter and Miles using their glide wings a lot in this, which is nice. I personally like web swinging, and I think the web swinging feels really good and is a fast method of travel, fast enough. But I like that the flight wings are there. And that
that's a fun option to have.
Yeah.
Like if you want to web swing, you just can. You don't have to.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So there's more of Kraven's people. They're in the fish market. Towards the end of this, after we see some stealth and some electric gameplay from Miles, which is nice to see more of the sting.
Ooh.
And more of the sting powers.
God, I love this combat. This whole trailer.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And then at the end, we get sort of this, something that kind of feels like the Rhino segment from the first game, where you have Peter and Miles teaming up together. You're swapping between the two of them, and you're going through the river like this as both of them, using their different abilities to kind of chase down the lizard and take down Kraven's men. This looks amazing.
This looks incredible. This is like, I mean, we were speculating and hoping for something good on Wednesday. That's what day it was. And this the whole showcase exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
massively.
I mean, there was some stuff that was in this showcase that we were pretty sure, like, or at least I was pretty sure. Like I said, I can't believe that they're going to do a Metal Gear remake.
Yeah.
Without Kojima. I feel like there's bad blood. That wouldn't look so great for them, blah, blah, blah. But no, Metal Gear Delta. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. It's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. And honestly, most people seem to just be like stoked that it's coming.
Yeah.
Without any, concern over the fact that Kojima is obviously not involved. Kojima didn't say a word about it.
Yeah.
Actually, after the PlayStation showcase, Kojima tweeted his lunch. It was a very pointedly, I'm not saying anything from Kojima.
You're not going to hear a word out of me except for a little commentary on my sandwich.
So I think it's very funny. I mean, look, a few years ago when all this was going on, the Kojima Konami stuff was going on, everybody was like, fuck Konami, fuck this, we'll never support Konami, blah, 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 blah. And then they see Snake in HD and they're like, well, maybe a little support.
And like, hey, a happy showcase to all of the Metal Gear girlies.
That's right.
That's it.
So that's what we saw. That's it.
That's it.
That's all anybody needs to see, really.
That's fine. You know it's happening.
We know it's happening. Another one, the cold open was Fair Games. Now, this is Haven. Haven is, of course, Jade Raymond's company that she started after leaving the Googs. Oops. Now, they do say this is not actual gameplay, but they are very much... Well, they're certainly going for us in this trailer.
Yeah.
They're certainly going for this crowd.
Look at this. Hold on. That first...
Yeah, the idea of this like very Y2K, in your face, eat the rich, steal from billionaires, the video game.
That's owned.
It definitely looks good. It is another. This is one of those service games that Sony said that they were working on. Sony says that they have I think it was 7 service games that are in various degrees of completion. And this one is you and a team and go in and try to steal from billionaires before the other people can steal from billionaires.
Yeah. Anthony, we haven't played a game together in a long time.
We have not. You don't play video games.
It's not a funny bit. It's never been a funny bit. I was going to ask you want to play this with me?
Yeah.
I've changed my mind.
Okay. You don't have a lot of time.
I don't have a lot of free time.
But yeah, I love this. I love the mirror shield guy. The mirror shield guy is very fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks great.
I love that. I love the 3D printed ape men that come in, the chimp men that come in at the end here. Fair game looks pretty good.
I'm very curious. Obviously, this whole thing is a CGI trailer. We didn't get any actual gameplay footage, so I'm curious to see what the actual gameplay will look like. But tonally, I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely. There is something about like one of the largest video game corporations in the world putting out a thing about eat the rich and steal from the rich. It's like we're being marketed to by the marketers.
100%.
It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. Helldivers 2 looked good. Great for Helldivers fans everywhere. Immortals of Avenum definitely looked like a first-person fantasy thing.
Yep.
That will be very, very interesting. Something that Saige and I both immediately, I think, squealed at.
Yeah.
This is Neva.
From the creators of Gris.
And I gotta say, Gris was one of my favorite games a few years back. It was that beautiful hand-painted kind of like Metroidvania-ish platformer. We don't get to see any gameplay of this. This is really just
how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it's just a tone trailer, but it's a really good tone trailer.
It just, the setting is beautiful. Of course, the art is beautiful. We would expect no less from these devs, but I'm very excited. I love the character design. They could tell me anything and I'd say, okay, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Wolf have antler.
Yeah.
Love
Wolf,
it.
Fox?
Definitely wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, that's wolf.
Yeah. Little one looked like Fox close up.
Look at him go.
This looks dark and beautiful, and I'm very, very excited to play it.
Yeah. Another one that really stuck out to me was Sword of the Sea. Sword of the Sea, this is, of course, from the designers and artists behind Abzu and The Pathless, who was an artist on Journey. And this just looks insanely gorgeous. You are your surfboard skateboard through a desert.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's definitely giving, like, you see the Journey connection, of course.
Yeah. I'm ready for this.
I love Journey.
Look at that. That looks so nice.
That looks so fun.
I'm 100% ready for this.
Yeah.
You surf on your sword and then you fight on your sword.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. God, it looks so nice. It looks so nice. Just the lighting and the design. This art team always crushes.
Stunning.
I know your thalassophobia has kept you from playing Abzu, but Abzu is really, really gorgeous.
I haven't played Abzu, that's correct. But I love Journey.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to play it.
What else were you excited by?
Oh my goodness. Well, I do want to mention there's some things I'm excited by and some things I'm a little confusy by.
Yeah.
In terms of confusy by, I want to talk about foam stars.
I thought that might be what you would want to talk about next. That is why I asked.
Foam stars. We'll just play a little bit of this Foam Stars trailer. And you just tell us if this game looks familiar to you in any way. If you've ever seen a game that perhaps looks a little bit like Foam Stars at any point. Right now, I'm looking at it, I'm like, cool. Another team, and this is another team shooter. It's got those cyberpunk, like streetwear aesthetics, fine.
Yeah.
Very good. This is all very on trend right now.
Yeah.
Now, what are they about to do? Let's see. Oh! I'm still in. I love this look.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Such a cool look.
What's this? What's this going on? What are they? Now, this looks like, if I had to guess, you definitely score points for hitting somebody and debilitating them with foam.
Yeah.
But it looks like you might also get points for covering the play area in your team's foam. Does this look familiar to any?
And especially once you get into the gameplay, because the CGI, you're like, okay, at least it's like so aesthetically different. And then you get into Splatoon.
Now, that's what it is. It's Splatoon. Oh. Even the thing where it's like you can surf on the foam for like a little bit, like you just turn into squid mode.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked before about how games turn into genres very quickly, but this is just straight up Splatoon.
It is.
This is Splatoon without Nintendo's like economy of style.
Yeah.
And like ability to distill things down into their like most essential forms.
Right.
This is Squeenix just throwing all the colors at the screen and saying, "Will you give money? Would you?
Maybe.
Would you?
I might.
Would you? Now, Splatoon, no microtransaction.
Yeah. Square Enix.
Could we microtransaction a Splatoon?
Square Enix.
Could we perhaps, for you, microtransaction a Splatoon?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, trailer for Ultros. This looked very fun. I enjoyed the art style of this very much.
Yeah.
This is just beautiful. I think this is very interesting. And I was like trying to place what the like color palette was reminding me of, and I'm not sure. I couldn't quite get there. And there are elements of it that I'm just like, oh, you've got a real Rick and Morty color palette going on, which is very funny.
Yeah. It's got this very like pastel psychedelic. It's very good. I mean, without the, obviously it's not pixel art, but the color palette and the brightness reminds me quite a bit of Dead Cells.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks good. Now, another very cutie game that we have to talk about, because this is something I've been waiting on. We got to talk about the Plucky Squire.
Oh, the Plucky Squire. Which
this Plucky
is what
Squire
Kettle calls Effie.
It's so cute. The whole thing takes place in a storybook on a desk.
Adorable.
It looks like pages. Everything's going on inside the pages. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight a humgrump.
Cute. This is so freaking cute. I appreciate this breaking up the showcase.
Yeah, and then you go into the room and you do things
world.
in 3D.
I think this is brilliant. I think this is phenomenal. Is it single player or do you know if there's a multiplayer?
I have no idea whether there's a multiplayer.
Because I want this to be co-opable and I want it to come for It Takes Two's lunch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think the way that some of these puzzles present themselves and the way it looks in the 3D world, it could. I would love to see there be a co-op.
Yeah, and mechanically it's got some of that Paper Mario stuff, but it also has that Zelda Link Between Worlds stuff.
Yeah.
Which is very good, where you kind of like glue yourself or jump into a different surface at a different angle to get to different places.
Very cool.
Another one that I was very excited about was Towers of Agaspa.
Yeah.
By Dreamlit Games. This looks very, very interesting.
Skip around a little bit to get into
so basically it starts off you're hunting, crafting, surviving in this sort of like dying world. But as opposed to being just a straight up like shooty or soulsy or something like that, a huge part of it is rebuilding the ecosystem.
So cool.
And so you'll see in the trailer this character planting seeds that turn into gigantic towers that you can then like use in the environment.
Yeah. This game looks absolutely phenomenal. I think it's very interesting because it looks like a better game than the trailer is showing you.
You can
I
ride
feel
a
like
boy.
it was actually like a kind of weirdly put together trailer.
Well, you can tell, I don't know how much this is coming through on the stream because of different issues, but when I was watching this during the showcase, this footage is extremely choppy framey. Like it feels like at some points it's running at like 20 to 22 frames a second and it's very inconsistent. And so I think this is very early into development.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those things where PlayStation was like, if you can put something together, we have a spot for you in the showcase.
And like the game looks phenomenal. It's just like, it's strange the way they led the trailer. The order of the trailer is weird to me. I think it was a weak trailer and the game looked incredible despite that trailer.
Yeah, it's very early days for it for sure.
But God, I'm very excited about the
But
game.
it looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm. It looked like a Zelda ripoff. Disagree.
Why? Because there was a glider?
Everything with glider Zelda?
I mean, look, that's definitely a Breath of the Wild style glider, and a lot of games have like taken that on. But
sure, so is Mail Time.
I saw I don't know, in terms of the combat and the way you're interacting with the world
and the storyline
and the fact that you're like clearly building villages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that seems like very, very, very.
The Endless Dark said Zelda's a Fortnite ripoff.
We also got some footage of one of the last remaining Ubisoft games, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which looks like exactly what they said it was going to be. A smaller, back-to-basics Assassin's Creed game. Great. Okay. Sure. I like that. I honestly, if we can be real, I've never been very excited by Assassin's Creed.
Same.
Not since like the second one. Right. Not since like the second one or whatever, but like, you know, kind of going back to something that's more about actually doing the parkour and just having fun and doing little missions. I could be convinced to play that.
Yeah.
I could be convinced. This was, of course, Assassin's Creed Mirage was the one that I believe they said it started off internally as DLC or a mobile thing, and they decided to expand it into a full game. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter because friend of the show, Scott Benson, is back, and Finji is back with him, and the Glory Society is their new team. Scott and Bethany have returned, and they are bringing us Revenant Hill.
Adorable, perfect, wonderful, precious. I love games where you play as cats.
Absolutely. And this, obviously the art is very, very Night in the Woods. It'll be interesting to see because we haven't been able to see that much gameplay or anything yet.
Yeah.
But obviously it has that sort of Night in the Woodsy thing where you see a little bit of dialogue and sort of adventure style gaming in it, which I'm sure will be a core part of it.
This looks phenomenal. Look, I think there's like an entire genre that has been created of games where you're playing as an animal and a human story is happening in the background. Mm-hmm. The human story is something that you are just kind of passively existing through where you're like, oh, what the fuck is that?
And we don't know that
that's pertain to me. I'm a cat.
Yeah, and we don't know that that's what's going on in this, but it does look like it has
it's what's going on in the trailer is a cat is running through it. So who knows what this gamelay is.
Yeah, but I do love that. And we do know that the cat, we have seen a couple screenshots of the cat like talking to people. So it'll be interesting to see who your focus character is.
Yeah.
And what you're doing in it. But I'm excited to see more from it. What else? Well, I mean, look, are we going to get to that yet? I mean, we probably shouldn't get to that yet because I'm just going to scream and yell and cry and gnash my teeth. So we should show.
That should be the last thing.
So we should show anything else that we can.
I'll show you a meme Kaylee sent me.
Sure. Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a new marathon coming.
Yeah.
Marathon. A new one. A new marathon. What? Man, I remember playing Marathon on a Macintosh. Mm-hmm. On an old-ass Macintosh.
I've never played it.
This is the OG Bungie game.
Yeah.
This is it. This is pre-Halo Bungie. Mm-hmm. They're bringing back Marathon and Marathon Durandal were two like very early first-person shooters that felt very Bungie.
Yeah.
In like 90s constraints. And so I'm interested to see what they're going to do by bringing this back. They're obviously, they're missing Halo a little bit.
Yeah.
They miss Halo.
Sure.
And they miss doing a self-contained game, I think. They've been working in the Destiny mines for a very long time now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so I'm sure they want to do something where you have a story and a theme that can have a beginning, middle, and end. And the art style is gorgeous. I love hyper bright, hyper realistic lighting.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Ooh. Marathon. That was not on my bingo card.
No. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
very
not.
Very little of this showcase was on my bingo card. We had a very light bingo card.
We really did. We really did.
We would be remiss to the Five Nights at Freddy's fans if we didn't show some of the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer.
Sure.
This is for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted for PSVR 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've played five minutes of a Five Nights at Freddy's. I think I've played maybe an hour realistically of a Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you played any?
Yeah. I mean, I played like the original one when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good, small, contained, interesting idea.
Yeah, I also played the first one. How many have there been now?
I think there were 5 of the mainline ones, and then there was Security Breach, and this is the second Help Wanted.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
There are a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's.
There are. I just find lately that every time I go live, somebody's asking me about Five Nights at Freddy's between the movie and like the game trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, it's
great.
It's Good.
Good for you.
That's there. That exists.
We saw, so that kind of led into the PSVR section of the showcase, which was good. We Resident Evil 4 VR mode, which we knew was coming.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for that. It looks great. We got a trailer for Beat Saber for PSVR 2. And, here's my thing with Beat Saber. How do you buy Beat Saber on any platform that doesn't let you install fan mod packs with any song you want?
I will say the Queen music pack was the first time I was like, maybe I should get Beat Saber.
Yeah.
I just fucking love Queen.
I know. But here's the thing. If you've been playing on PC, you've had every Queen song for as long as you've wanted. So Beat Saber is interesting to me if you're playing it anywhere. I mean, look, if you don't have a PC, then it makes sense, I guess. And if you just want to jump in and buy song packs and play like a few things at a time, it makes sense. But man, PSVR 2. So we saw Resident Evil. We saw Beat Saber. We saw, there really wasn't a ton.
There wasn't a ton of PSVR.
Which, look, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. We, of course, saw some Final Fantasy 16. We saw some Teardown for console. Teardown's been a very huge game on the PC, and it's been fun. Have you played any Teardown?
I haven't.
The one where you commit heists by using construction vehicles to tear apart buildings.
Which does sound very fun.
It's cute, and everything's made of voxels, and everything's destructible. So it's interesting that Teardown is coming to PS5.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
We got a very brief trailer for Concord. Mostly just seen a little bit of space.
Yep.
Just a teaser. Looked interesting.
Do you know what my favorite part of Spaceship is? My favorite part of Spaceship is when they show the little room where they grow the plants.
Yeah.
That's a great part of Spaceship.
It's great. That's my favorite part. When I'm on a spaceship, it's my favorite part.
Favorite part of Spaceship. The big deal thing for PSVR 2, well, there were 2. The first one was Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Sure.
This is them saying, hey, big deal. First person, team-based, tactical shooters are coming to PSVR. PSVR is a serious contender. And it looks good. I personally
Why is
don't...
everything crooked?
I don't know, the dude's probably leaning a little bit.
Why?
But
Why is all the... You see that?
Yeah, on the right it's not. On the left he was definitely
all the footage is...
Yeah.
All the guns are...
Yeah, they're all standing at Dutch angles.
Why is it like that?
I don't know.
For the whole trailer, it drove me nuts.
I don't know. It's clearly somebody who's kind of holding their head like this and they just use the footage.
I just can't. Why?
My biggest thing about this stuff is why... My biggest thing is VR with a shooter that moves like that. It's just gross to play. It just feels gross to play.
Yeah, I don't want to play shooter games in VR. In general, using a Star Wars blaster is as far as you're going to get from me in virtual reality. The idea of firing a gun in VR is not appealing to me in any capacity.
Above and beyond that, it's the locomotion.
Yeah.
It's the actual movement, the running around very quickly, the trying to get around corners, and actually running while you're sitting still just makes you sick. It'll make you sick over a period of 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, I thought you had said locomotive.
What else? Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2, which we were like, that's never coming.
No,
it's coming.
Yeah,
they did it. They made Dragon's Dogma 2. You can play it soon.
Come on. The locomotion.
Yes.
It's not a word anyone uses outside of that. It's so funny.
So if you missed getting NPC friends and riding beasts, it's back. There it is. Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma has like a very small but like extremely vocal,
Yes,
like hardcore fan base. And I'm excited for all of them. I think what happened to me with Dragon's Dogma is the same thing that happened to everybody else with Dragon's Dogma, which was Dragon's Dogma came out and Dark Souls came out.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about trains.
Are you? There was one more PSVR thing. Oh, I think it was Ghostwire 2 also had a PSVR thing. Or Ghost Runner 2.
Let's just show the trailer for Anthony's. That'll make Anthony scream and squeal.
Alan Wake 2 is coming on October 17th.
Now, we had previously received the date for this. Very exciting. Though the date was kind of like hypothetical because it was released by a voice actor.
Yeah, it was a rumor. The performer who plays Alan Wake said that it was coming in the fall.
How'd you feel about the trailer?
Great. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It's Alan Wake 2.
It looks beautiful.
Of course it does. It's going to be perfect.
The character models, fantastic.
Everything's wonderful. And those character models, there's 80% chance they're going to turn into full motion video. I love that.
Yeah.
Looks great. What was that? Pacific Northwest? Beautiful. Yeah. What is that? Alan Wake? Was he tortured typing on a typewriter? Great.
Yeah.
What are those pages showing up in places?
Great.
Where there are crimes connecting to Alan Wake, but Alan Wake's not doing it? Hey, is that Sam Lake?
Great.
Yeah, it is. Sam Lake a main character in his own game? Yeah, he is. Good. We like that. It's one of our favorite Sam Lake things. Who's this? We love her.
Great.
She's a Fabai. What is that? Is that the is that the old hotel that was potentially in Control? Is the entire Remedy cinematic universe connected? Yes.
Yeah.
We love it.
Is that the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
It truly is.
So it is. We don't love anyone who's FBI in the real world. We can love a fictional FBI.
Yeah, she seems great. There's Alan Wake. He's confused by reality.
October 17th, 2023. Very, very exciting. They are pushing that pre-order. As always, we're like, yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Even for the games we're most excited for, it's like, it's fine. We don't need it. We don't need to pre-order it. We're
I don't
gonna
know.
buy it.
If they give me a little Alan Wake doll that I can hug at night, maybe I'll buy it.
Yeah?
Yeah, if they give me like just a little Alan Wake and I can snuggle with him.
Do you picture that being like made like a Barbie material, or do you picture that being made like a ragdoll material?
I'll take either, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It was a really good showcase.
It was a very, very good showcase.
Grand Blue Fantasy. If you're one of those people that likes a Grand Blue Fantasy, congratulations. There's a new one coming for you. If you like a Tower of Fantasy, that's a completely new one, but it's got fantasy right in the title. You'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's got animes. There are animes all over it. You're going to love it. And then, of course, we got the Final Fantasy 16, but we knew that.
Yeah.
They've shown so much Final Fantasy 16 over the last few days. Talos Principle 2, Cat Quest.
Cute.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Of course.
Very cute. Arizona Sunshine 2. More zombies in VR. So this was all very exciting stuff. There were, I think they said it was something like 20 games were shown off.
It was a way more packed showcase than we were expecting.
Yeah. Now, something funny did happen after the showcase, Saige, that I really loved. And this is something that we all sort of know.
Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting of Xbox to point it out. Right after the PlayStation showcase, right after whatever exclusivity there was up and done.
Yep.
Xbox posted this. What a good looking group.
Wow.
Letting people know that, of course, 12 of these games from the PlayStation showcase are also coming to Xbox.
God, social media, like brand social media, so petty.
But, okay, But I see this from two different ways.
Yeah.
Number one, the reason these companies do these big showcases is to make it seem like all of these games are coming to them and only them.
Yes, absolutely.
And in a lot of cases, with those particularly with those 12 games, not only are they not PlayStation exclusives, day and date, they're coming to other platforms. PlayStation doesn't even have timed exclusives on them.
Yes, that's like, it's not untrue what they're saying.
Yeah,
it's just, it's an inherently petty way of going about it.
I think it's, yeah, I mean, look,
I think it's funny. I think it's fine. What? I'm going to defend 1 billion company over another billion? No.
Yeah.
Company versus company? None of my business. But petty. A petty tweet.
Yeah, I mean, the wording of it was petty.
A petty tweet.
I mean, you could absolutely have said, hey, you know, if these games are also coming day and date to Xbox, you could have said any of that. But, you know,
but instead it's a petty tweet.
They went a little wink.
Because it's the zeitgeist right now. It's the thing on social media for companies. All the social media managers are doing little nudge, nudge, wink, winks right now.
Yeah, of course. Now, something that was extremely, extremely funny about this tweet in particular was after this tweet came out, IGN wrote a story saying, hey, Sony may have revealed a ton of games at its showcase, but Microsoft has taken to Twitter to make clear that a dozen of them are also coming to Xbox. With these two, and this is news, and it says IGN, PlayStation Showcase, etc., etc. Then this is their second image. It's simply Xbox's image, and they put,
I've got it,
an IGN PlayStation Showcase watermark on it, which and then Stein from Xbox replies and he says, you know, a quote retweet is easier than editing and watermarking an asset, right?
Woo!
Now, of course, Stein from Xbox Social is the same person who wrote the fun petty tweet. Or his team wrote the fun petty tweet. But here's the thing. And IGN is known for taking assets, reposting things, writing stories that aren't stories. They're a real, they churn out the headlines. But here's my thing about this.
What?
If you are from the Xbox Social team.
Yeah.
Now, of course, part of your job is going to be going back to your boss and saying how many retweets and replies that the tweet that you sent out got. That's a huge, those metrics are part of your job.
Yes.
And so I understand being a little frustrated and saying, hey, you didn't need to steal our asset. You could have retweeted our tweet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your job is to get that information out.
Yep.
And if IGN picked up that image and ran a headline, well, then you can also include those metrics when you go to your boss. Because, listen, it's not your personal brand. It's not, you don't win or lose the day if Xbox goes up or down.
Nope.
You simply are supposed to get the information out. If you're a human being, if you're like one of us and you make if you make a sketch or something on TikTok,
a
really funny TikTok thing, and somebody steals your TikTok and reposts it, that's kind of a bummer because it steals audience from you. If you're a corporation and you're trying to get information out about your brand, this doesn't affect you. This only affects you positively.
This just makes me think that there has to be some kind of poor relationship existing with IGN. This can't be the first offense.
Well,
it can't. There has to be something between Stein and IGN that's going on for them to put this tweet out.
Yeah.
This response made me laugh very hard for some reason. Axe
body spray.
Body spray stepped in with the two little dead emojis.
Axe body spray saying, "Oh shit, son."
What? Why is Axe
He's already
here?
dead? Says Axe body spray.
And I understand also that if you're on the Axe social media marketing team, you're absolutely, you've got people that are our target audience is Xbox gamer boys. Get in there.
Yeah. Now I don't.
Hilarious.
Whether there's stuff between Xbox and Stein or IGN and Stein personally, I don't know. But obviously PlayStation has been getting really the lion's share of the good press this generation. Obviously, most of the headlines about Xbox have been about console shortages, mergers not going through, numbers on Game Pass not doing as well as they were projected to do.
Yeah.
So I could see where you would be like, hey, come on, you got to give us something.
Yeah.
I could sort of see that. But
Bold move.
and a lot of Xbox fans were like, after the initial tweet, after this initial tweet, a lot of Xbox fans were like, good, it's good to see Xbox not being so like, people are calling it Kumbaya Xbox is what the fans are calling it, like good guy Xbox who wants everybody to get along. And it's a position that Xbox has forced themselves into with this merger. In order for this merger to go through, Xbox has to make it seem like they want the best for everyone, and it's not important where you buy games, and don't worry, everybody who plays games, wherever you're playing them, it's great, and we hope you choose Xbox. Like, they've forced themselves into this position with the Activision merger.
They all have to sound like Phil Spencer.
They have to sound like Unky Phil. And I could see where, like, if you're the Xbox social team, if you're not on the business team that's thinking 10, 15 years down the line, and you're thinking about this quarter and your numbers this quarter because your bonus is connected to it or your promotion or whatever, I could see you going like, why? Or you're just on the social team and you're hearing all the bullshit from everybody all day.
Right.
You know? It's Microsoft and Xbox have put themselves in a very interesting position this generation. And obviously, in the long run, if the merger goes through, it will all be worth it. Monetarily, it just will. But if it doesn't go through, or this drags on for a very long time during this generation, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. We're well beyond the point of console wars, and now we are at mega corporation wars, which is very interesting.
It's very cool. It's very cool. If only somebody would make a game about it that didn't break. And paid their people fairly to make it.
I was going to say if only like a trade commission would step in and stop this from becoming mega corporation wars.
Oh,
but that too.
No, I'm beyond that. I'm beyond thinking anybody's looking out for us at all.
Got it.
We've got England. That's who we've got. We've got England looking out for us.
I can't believe that we have to count on the UK to look out for us.
The only people that are regulating anything are the UK, and eventually people are going to look and be like, how big is the UK market for us? How big is the UK market for us compared to the rest of the world? All right. Nuke the UK. We don't sell games in the UK anymore.
Truly.
People are asking what happened with the EU. The EU approved it provisionally. The EU provisionally approved the Microsoft and Activision merger.
Sucks.
They said, seems cool.
I don't know. Seems fine to me.
Seems all right. I don't know.
Doesn't seem like a problem.
Seems like I don't know. Seems cool.
Some news that we didn't have time to get to on Wednesday.
We're going to eat Kinder Eggs and read Asterix comics. We don't give a shit. That's all we do.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all they do. What do you do in Europe? Hey, if you're from Europe, what do you do?
I see multiple people in chat, definitely in Europe.
What do you put beans on toast? What's that about?
Some news that we didn't get a chance to get to on Wednesday was about the, I swear to God, if you don't let me get through this. Second time.
This is for the train shit.
I wasn't interrupting mid-sentence. It's different. Netflix is officially cracking down on sharing your passwords.
I've heard about that.
It's been speculated for a long time. It's been something they were saying they were going to do for a long time, but they're officially rolling out like essentially tiered versions of how many people can be on your Netflix and who you can share your password with and what the consequences will be for it. Which is jail time.
Prison.
Yeah.
No, they said it was going to be, if they find out that somebody is using your password, that person will be redirected to a page that's like, hey, you can't be on this account. You pay $7.99 a month now.
Yep. So you can now share your Netflix account with someone who doesn't live with you for $7.99. It's going to be location-based. It's terrible. It's awful. We fucking hate it. I think that it's garbage.
It sucks.
What's very funny...
For people like us, we travel a lot.
We do travel a lot. That's going to be weird and complicated.
We travel a lot for work.
And sometimes a family is two morning show hosts sharing streaming accounts.
Sometimes that's what it is. And what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do when one of us is in another place? Come on.
In another snarky social media manager moment, Prime Video took the shot, and I enjoyed this one very much. Quote retweeting a tweet from Netflix in March 2017 saying, "Love is sharing a password."
I remember this tweet.
With this that says, "Who's watching? Everyone who has our password."
Look,
Prime saying, "Well, you can share your password with us. I don't care."
This is always, so there are a couple things going on here. Number one, Netflix is obviously bigger than Prime Video. Netflix is not bigger than Amazon, but Netflix is bigger than Prime Video. It's easy to be the good guy when you're losing.
Yeah.
It's so easy to be the good guy when you're losing. Be like, just come on over here and share your passwords over here until we gain enough market share to crack down on you.
Yeah.
The other thing is nobody just pays for Amazon Prime Video.
No.
Amazon Prime Video is a loss leader for Amazon Prime. Look, whatever show it is you're watching on Amazon, what do they have? A Lord of the Rings? What do people watch on Prime?
I actually finished Marvelous Miss Maisel last night. The premiere came out, or the finale came out today.
That's right. It's always Miss Maisel. I always forget that it's Miss Maisel.
The finale literally came out today.
There you go.
I watched it last night.
So it's gone already.
It was a very good finale.
So whatever show it is that you like is just the show that you get on top of free shipping for toilet paper.
Yeah.
So Amazon is running a completely different strategy here.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, also, like, look, as funny as that tweet is, we don't high five Amazon for anything.
No, sure.
We absolutely do not.
It can be a funny tweet.
We absolutely do not.
A lot of people saying The Boys, Vox Machina.
That's right.
I actually use Prime Video more than I use Netflix by like a pretty significant margin.
I don't really use...
Prime Video is actually maybe my most used streaming service.
Man, what do I watch? What do I watch on streaming now?
I rent movies on Prime Video a lot of the time, which is obviously like a separate kind of thing, but I rent a lot of movies or buy movies on Prime Video.
I used to buy seasons of shows on Prime when they weren't streaming anywhere. So I own a lot of shows on Prime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's with all these streaming things, it's like Amazon is keep your membership to Amazon all year because, like I said, free shipping on toilet paper. But for all the rest of these streaming platforms, a lot of people are just doing lately the smart thing, which is if a big show is coming out or a big movie is coming out that I want to watch, I'll sign up for a month, watch everything I want in the month, and fuck right off.
Yeah, I find myself doing that with like Discovery Plus. I found myself doing that with like quite a few of them. Netflix, I've not had a subscription to on my own in a while. I do have access to somebody's, but I canceled back in one of the outrages.
And it's a family member. You're related. We live
in the same household.
Netflix can give you a DNA test.
Yeah.
And you will show up as relatives.
Yeah, we live in the same room.
Great.
We have to live in the same room.
Yeah, because of the cost of streaming.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, $7.99. So that's the thing. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to lose Netflix. There's nothing happening on Netflix for me right now.
Nothing.
There's nothing happening on Netflix for me.
It's a ghost town. They're putting out more original content than maybe anybody.
Yeah.
And it's all just like, whatever. All of the content is kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
They have one show per season usually where it's like, that's the big one.
They have their reality shows. That's it for me. That's all I've watched on Netflix in a long time, honestly.
We obviously did a Wednesday.
That's true, but I also wasn't a huge fan of Wednesday.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I wouldn't come back and join Netflix for Wednesday season 2.
I'll always show up for the Umbrella Academy.
Sure.
I will continually and always, I will subscribe for the Umbrella Academy.
Yes. Whenever there's a new Umbrella Academy, we're in. And of course, I'm waiting on Red Notice too, just like everybody else. God, we all just loved Red Notice.
Everybody's waiting on Red Notice
When are we going to get that? When are we going to get the Gray Man 2, Netflix?
Castlevania is great.
But it's
Love
over.
Castlevania,
no,
but
they're doing a new one.
What's the new one?
I think they're doing a new one with Richter.
Oh, interesting.
Which is like, I'll come back for Richter.
Okay, yeah. Love Castlevania.
Richter's the best Belmont.
I mean, look, they make great garbage television. They make great reality shows.
And when they make a great show, they make it for 2 to 3 seasons and then cancel it.
Did you watch the one that's like the end game of reality shows? They did like their Avengers Endgame of reality shows. It's got like Chloe.
They have like a challenge They're doing like the challenge, the gauntlet.
It's another dating show.
Oh.
They're putting them all together, and it's people from The Circle, from Too Hot to Handle, from Love is Blind.
A dating gauntlet.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
And they're all smooching.
I sort of fell off of even the Netflix reality stuff. It's one of those things where like if you don't constantly watch it, it's a bit like your addiction to sugar or caffeine where it's like you miss it for 3 days and then it's gone.
Yeah. But Chloe's there.
We love Chloe. We love Chloe.
And Johnny said Netflix is so garbage here in India too. They started out putting actually good content specific to the Indian audience, and now they're just making shit that will appeal to old boomers who only want to watch sexist, misogynistic reality TV.
Cool.
That sounds incredibly Netflix.
We love a Netflix.
So, that's exactly it. Now that there's a crackdown, I'm not going to be using a friend's. I'm not going to subscribe on my own.
No.
I'm not going to do that. That's not
never.
going to happen.
Please. In this economy?
Couldn't. All right.
I couldn't do it.
We probably just spend the next 30 minutes talking about Barbie, right?
Hi. The Barbie trailer released yesterday.
Okay.
Hi. Hi. The Barbie trailer came out yesterday, and it includes the line, "Do you all ever think about dying?" And the Barbie movie will be perfect. It simply will be perfect.
We already knew the Barbie movie would be perfect. We didn't know in what way it would be perfect, but as soon as it was announced, as soon as Greta Gerwig's Barbie movie was announced, we were all like, yes, the greatest thing ever to happen is being made. How wonderful and excellent. Hot, sad girl Barbie summer. Thank you, Shafrikas. It's what we're all thinking. It's what we're all feeling. I love hot, sad girls. God, I love hot, sad girls.
So obviously, if we try to show you the trailer, we'll go to jail.
Can we just go to jail?
Do we just... You're the person that deals with it when they try to send us to jail.
I am.
So if you want to deal with
lawyer.
If you want to deal with it, I am happy. If you want to spend the day unflagging things that YouTube flags, I am happy to watch this trailer right now.
Here's the thing. There's a couple of different options in the way that this can affect us other than going to jail. One is we get demonetized. Fine. We don't give a shit. We don't get monetized anyways. We don't make any money on YouTube. But Which,
by the way, subscribe on YouTube. We don't make any money on YouTube. We're getting like 300 views on YouTube. It's like we're not even at the point where you get a penny.
But the other thing that they do sometimes is suppress it and hide the video. Not just like even suppress. They literally
they'll remove it from countries and different places.
It'll be like you've been blocked in certain regions, and then you look at them and you're like, that's all the regions.
That's maybe every region.
I think that's everywhere.
So it's up to you. It's a great trailer.
Let's cut it out of the YouTube upload. Sorry, YouTube upload. You don't get to see it because YouTube does that.
No.
I think it is very interesting. I agree it's interesting that Mattel is allowing themselves to be portrayed this way, but I think that there has been such an interesting, feminism has built such a conversation around Barbie that has benefited Barbie so greatly in the last 10 years. There have been so many really in-depth, essays and books written on the way that Barbie has affected, the larger polite society for women.
Oh, yeah.
And then the varying stages of it, how it went from Barbie being released, this is too scandalous, women should not be portrayed in that way. People offended by the level of autonomy of Barbie, by her having professions, by her being an adult. Traditionally, children's toys and dolls were often babies because they were trying to indoctrinate you into motherhood.
Right.
And this was no.
Right. The very first Barbie comes out in a bathing suit and high heels.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't hand this to children. And then as the years go on, it's like, Barbie is a teacher. Barbie's a doctor. Barbie is an astronaut. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. They showed these different professions of it. And then there have been the moments of the unrealistic beauty standard conversations. And then Barbie trying to adjust to accommodate and have more representation. There have been dolls that have much, much better diversity in them. And Barbie's been criticized for that.
And that's one of the good things about even the early teaser trailer for this movie is that first shot that we see is the hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie.
Yeah.
Hi Ken, hi Ken, hi Ken. And it's just a million different people who look a million different ways from a million different backgrounds.
Everyone is Barbie.
Everyone is Barbie. Everyone is Ken. And the idea that Mattel is like, yeah, we're willing to be the quote unquote bad guy in this.
Yeah.
We're willing to be portrayed that way because there's also, I mean, Will Ferrell's kind of playing the dad that he played in the Lego movie, where like at the end of the movie, you know, Mattel is going to learn a lesson, and then Mattel is a good guy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, now we can like Mattel.
Yeah. Life Cereal just said, I went to the Barbie Cafe pop-up in Manhattan last week, and let me tell you, staff calling you Barbie is thrilling.
Whoa.
You're telling me
Whoa.
that I was just in Manhattan and there was a Barbie pop-up cafe and I didn't know it?
And they would have called you Barbie. Which, when
I have to buy a gun.
She's gun buying Barbie. Now, if there was an adjective on your box, Saige, if you were blank Barbie and you wanted to be called blank Barbie at the cafe, what would you want your adjective to be?
I think I want to be, I don't know. I mean, the easy is goth Barbie.
Sure.
I think I want to be goth Barbie.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think I want to be goth Barbie. There's creepy Barbie. There's spooky Barbie.
Yeah.
But I think goth Barbie. I think that lands for me. What about you?
Ooh. My favorite that my sister had was Safari Ken. But I'm not a Safari Ken.
You're not.
But I remember Safari Ken being very cool.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to be any kind of Ken or Barbie,
I've changed my mind.
I think I would be nap time Ken.
Yeah.
I think I would absolutely be nap time Ken.
I've changed my mind. I want to be Comrade Barbie.
Comrade Barbie?
I want to be Comrade Barbie.
There you go.
I think that's actually much more fun. I think that's a better option.
Pro esports Ken, somebody's saying. Puzzles Ken. I could be Puzzles Ken.
Tafrika said the Barbie animated movies and Flash games were my entire childhood. Fucking same.
Yeah.
I honestly have more nostalgia for the games and movies than I do for the dolls, actually.
Yeah. That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense.
The Flash games, the website games.
You were more like a video game / tech sort of kid.
Yeah. And like, man, the feeling of the boxes of the like disc games is like such a huge point of it. But now, and I haven't checked it in a while, but Barbie launched a YouTube channel a few years ago that also was in this kind of like, hey, we're revisiting what the conversation is about Barbie.
And it was sort of like a vlogger VTuber.
It was like a vlogger Barbie.
It was like a vlogger VTuber sort of thing that they were doing for a little while.
And they had like great like conversations that were like progressive and queer friendly and interesting. I don't know. They were very, very wholesome and lovely. I thought it was excellent. I think it's very cool.
I think this is going to be a very good movie. Of course, the big news is Barbie is coming out opposite of Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Which one do you go see? Barbie or Oppenheimer? And everybody's kind of been doing it mostly as a joke.
Yeah, Indrani in the chat a few minutes ago was like, we're doing a double feature day. Yeah. A Barbie Oppenheimer day.
And people have been talking about that, and they're like, oh, what do you go see? Is it Barbie or is it Oppenheimer?
Barbie.
Which, do you go see a double feature? And then Matt Damon, white guy who has, sometimes you think he might have a sense of humor, and then sometimes you're just like, nah, he probably doesn't.
No, I don't think that.
Matt Damon says, the Oppenheimer versus Barbie social media rivalry needs to be called off because people are allowed to go see 2 movies in a weekend. Hey, Matt Damon, we know. That's the joke. Matt Damon.
Hey, Matt Damon.
Go
see the Barbie movie.
Go see the Barbie movie, coward. Matt Damon, I want a picture of you on social media with 2 tickets to fucking Barbie on the day Oppenheimer comes out. Otherwise, you're not fun. Calm down. I still can't think Matt Damon without going, Matt Damon.
All I
still think of Team America, just Matt Damon.
See, this is all I think of.
Yep.
This is all I think of was Matt Damon's crypto commercial.
Fortune favors the brave.
Uh-huh. And here's how much money you've lost if you took Matt Damon's crypto advice a year ago.
This motherfucker shills for crypto.
I've never thought Matt Damon had a good sense of humor. He was shilling for crypto.
Oppenheimer, of course, for those who are wondering, is Christopher Nolan's movie about the nuclear bomb
Yeah.
and the creation of the nuclear bomb. It's the one that we were talking about where Christopher Nolan he couldn't do the movie unless he created the largest controlled explosion in the history of mankind to recreate the Manhattan Project. To which I say, hey, out of all the things that CGI just doesn't do well, nobody's ever complained about explosions.
Yeah.
No one's ever complained that a CGI explosion doesn't look real enough. That's the one thing they can do. You're going to launch 100,000 gallons of fucking fuel into the atmosphere to get your Oppenheimer shot. Like, fucking come on. I was talking with a buddy about this the other day, where like you get to this certain level and it's always like older dude directors who get to the hugest level and they just refuse to make a movie unless they can have the most ridiculous stuff. It's like how you can't make an Avatar without trying to drown a woman. It's like how you can't make
The Shining.
It's like how you can't make a Batman or a Tenet without building the world's largest gimbal at the bottom of a reservoir that costs $20 million. Because it's like, once you get to these people get to this point where they know their movies are going to make $1 billion at the box office.
Yeah.
And they just ask for things to see if they can have it. Yeah. And the studio just goes, well, I guess we're going to get $1 billion out of it. So
sure.
Yeah. Do you want to try to drown Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what you want? Yeah. If you want to do it, sure. You know, Justin Lin's like, I got to fly a plane over the desert and drop real cars out of it. Otherwise, it's going to look too fake.
They're like, yeah, no, that'll probably make up for itself.
No, he's right. He's right. He's got to do it. He's right. It'll look fake. He's right. Will it? I don't know. Go see Barbie.
Just so you know the actual results of this article that I pulled up, if you had bought $1,000 of Ethereum when Matt Damon told you to, it would be worth $300 a year ago, and probably even less now. So that's pretty funny.
Matt Damon.
I am so excited for the Barbie movie. We are ever creeping in time towards it. It comes out July 20th.
God, I can't wait.
I don't know. I feel like specifically the like mid-90s babies is absolutely thriving right now.
Oh, for sure.
As a 95 baby that just got Little Mermaid and is about to get Barbie, I'm having an excellent time.
We're on the 20-year cycle. We're right in the middle of the 20-year pop culture cycle. Whatever was cool 20 years ago is cool now. And so, yeah, if you're...
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
All of my favorite things come from when I was 7.
Yep.
All of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah.
Also, hi, Bijan. It's good to see you.
It's like how a few years ago, it was just kind of like, hey, man, do you want like... I mean, honestly, the rise of Marvel. Honestly, the rise of all that all that stuff. The return of...
We had our Gem and the Holograms moment.
The Back to the Future... Or not Back to the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like all of these revivals... He-Man came back in a big way a few years back.
Yeah.
Like all of that makes sense. It's all on the 20-year cycle, you know? And it's only after you've lived through 2 of those cycles when you start thinking about dying like Barbie does.
Tafrika said I wasn't cool then, but I am cool now, right?
Hey, do you know what makes us cool? The fact that we have capital to spend. And so society is willing to say everything you liked was cool.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that I can say about the Barbie versus Oppenheimer debate, Matt Damon. You'll be able to understand the dialogue in Barbie. They'll mix the audio in Barbie real clean and clear.
How
so you can hear all the lines.
Guys, I think we should start planning our outfits for the Barbie movie screenings. I think we should all start planning outfits. I really think this has to be a moment for us all. And I just want to say, there's also been so many people on TikTok just like getting dressed up from it, doing Barbie-inspired outfits. I hope that this is such a fucking incredible bimbo renaissance. I hope that I wish bows and pink and the shortest mini skirts for each and every one of you.
I mean, it's the perfect moment. It's the perfect moment for the Barbie movie to be done and to be done this way because of the bimbo renaissance we're going through.
I love it. I love living through it. I'm so glad that we're here. Your shorts could be shorter. Your skirts could be shorter. Your shirts could be backless.
It could be backless.
Ugh. Have a great time.
Have a great time. And then, double feature it with Oppenheimer. You know what you do? You pay for Barbie and then you sneak into Oppenheimer.
Nice. I don't want to see Oppenheimer.
No, I don't care about Oppenheimer at all.
I don't care.
I honestly don't care about Oppenheimer at all. Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as like gung ho about Christopher Nolan as a lot of people are.
No.
I'm not like. Did I like Memento? Yeah, I liked Memento.
Sure.
Did I like one of those Batmans? I really loved one of those Batmans. The other two were fine.
Look around our set and tell us that you think that we look like Christopher Nolan girlies.
Interstellar? Man, I've read sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you mean to tell me that time's gonna move different and it's gonna affect things?
It's like a butterfly.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I've read every sci-fi. I know what happens when you go into space. You don't need to fucking tell me what happens when you go into space.
It's fine.
Then it's like he does Tenet and it's like, okay, we're just going to mumble through time.
Yeah, we're going to mumble through time.
We're going to mumble through time.
And like, look, I used to be the biggest fucking Dark Knight fangirl.
Sure, the Dark Knight's great.
And then I experienced the world. And then it turns out that was called depression. It turns out I was a very angry teenager.
Listen, I still think The Dark Knight is a great Batman movie. I still think Batman Returns is the perfect Batman movie. Mm-hmm. And I think Batman and Robin's probably my second favorite. Yeah. So, I'm not the guy for that. He does a Dunkirk and I don't care about war.
Nope.
I don't care about it doesn't matter how much you go like, but I'm going to make war look like hell. It's like, cool, man. You're still glorifying war. I don't care about it. I don't need to see it. I don't know. Do I want to watch like, oh, I made the nuclear bomb. I'm wringing my hands. Like, no, I've read about that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It happened.
I don't need 3 hours of the Scarecrow mumbling through that. Matt Damon trying to sell me crypto or whatever it is he does.
Or whatever he's going to do.
Whatever he's going to do. Man. Barbie's out that day, man. I don't have time for this shit.
Get dressed up for the Barbie movie.
Get dressed up for the Barbie movie.
How exciting. How wonderful. What a great time.
What do you think you're going to wear? Because you've been thinking about it.
I have been thinking about it.
I feel like you've been thinking about it and you probably got it narrowed down a little bit.
I'm wondering if they'll let me in the movie theater in roller skates.
It's going to be a tough sell.
But
it's going to be a tough sell.
Cutest roller skates. They released, they did a collab with, I cannot remember the brand right now. They released the roller blades that Barbie and Ken are actually wearing too.
Shit, son.
You can buy the literal roller blades. And it's with like a notable company that makes roller blades.
I can't wait.
Impala, thank you very much, Shelley Von Miller.
Oh, that's a good company.
Right, so they're like also good roller blades.
I can't wait until every outfit Barbie and Ken wears in that movie is up on Amazon and AliExpress and like all the cosplay. Like,
it's gonna be everywhere.
And I mean, like, listen, if who's that company that makes the button ups that's always trying to sell me on shit? Roosevelt's. Mm-hmm. If Roosevelt's doesn't have the Barbie license for all of Ken's shirts, they're fucking up.
It's interesting too. Like,
in my head just went, oh God, Halloween. Yeah, get ready.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Barbies and Kens this Halloween.
It's a lot of Barbies and Kens, and I'm not mad at it. Please, all be Barbies and Kens. That's so funny. Because usually you're like, oh, it's redundant to have more than one of this at a party, but it's Barbie, so it's
have
funny.
To have it.
So you can walk around the party and go, hi, Barbie.
How many Barbie and Ken parties do you think there are going to be?
The one I'm throwing, that's for fucking certain. I'll tell you that right now. Dress as your favorite Barbie from Time. Here are the Impala skates. And they're actually not that poorly priced. They're $200.
No, that's about right.
$200 for a pair of rollerblades? Not that bad.
That's about right.
As well.
You can get the gloves and the pads. That's pretty good.
I honestly...
Coming soon and sold out.
Yeah, right? These ones are sold out.
Damn, they came and went.
Because I'd have bought them. I don't rollerblade. I roller skate, and I'd have still bought them. I don't know. I'll learn to rollerblade. It's fine. It's whatever.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Rollerblading's easy.
Yeah. If I can roller skate, I can probably rollerblade. Good God, that's a good price for rollerblades. For what they are, yeah. For Impala rollerblades that are a collaboration with the Barbie movie, yeah. I think I spent about $150 on my last pair of roller skates.
Yeah, for a decent pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere from like 120 to like 200.
Yeah.
If you want like super fancy ones, they get more expensive.
Yeah.
Not that a lot of people are buying rollerblades these days, but
a lot of people are buying roller skates though.
Yeah.
Roller skates are really having a moment. But if you look at their regular rollerblades.
Look at those gray rollerblades. Like, those are pretty good.
This is pretty much their
so price. It's $149.95, so they're charging you $50 for the Barbie license.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those
honestly.
are cool because they look like a 90s video game console.
Yeah.
The gray and teal ones.
Yeah.
They look like whatever that band, the Casio one that just printed stickers.
Yeah.
You remember the console for girls that came out in Japan? The Casio Loopy. It looks like a Casio Loopy. We're all familiar with the Casio Loopy.
Of course.
It's important that I worked my way to the Casio Loopy reference because it landed so hard with everyone.
I'll pull up the Casio Loopy.
I want
I'll
you to
back
know.
you up here.
I want you to know that I've nearly bought you a Casio Loopy.
Aww.
I want you to know that I nearly bought you a Casio Loopy. Came out in Japan,
Yeah.
and the whole idea was it was a console for girls.
Yeah.
And it had games, and the games were like fashion doll games and like dating games and puzzle games. And a part of all of the games was designing your own stickers and then printing out the stickers. The console had like a heat sticker printer.
Look, I know as a woman, as a feminist, I'm
console for
supposed to
girls.
be offended by this.
No, it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
I absolutely want one.
It's a great idea. Well, because later on they realized that like,
That's adorable.
They realized boys want stickers too. Boys like stickers. And so they brought out like a couple Dragon Ball games and stuff on it. They were just like, shit.
Yeah, I want a console that prints stickers.
Everyone loves stickers. Everyone. Come on. Everyone buy a Casio Loopy.
How much is a Casio Loopy?
Pick your fucking Barbie outfit and let's get a Casio Loopy.
Okay, all right.
A full set Casio Loopy with like full set all the games is like around $249. They're going up in price now because a couple of YouTubers just have made videos on them.
Damn.
But
People gotta stop talking about this on the internet.
Hey, if you find something cool, you fucking keep it to yourself. Internet.
Why do stickers stress you out, Bichon?
Oh, the sticker commitment? Yeah, once you stick a sticker on something, it's you've used the sticker.
Yeah.
And the thing is permanently marked.
Yeah. I honestly don't have that much problem with permanently marking, but I do worry about using the sticker because I'm like, what if I think of a better place for this sticker?
Evangelion 2020.
Yeah, stickers are forever.
Stickers are forever. Hey, you know what else is forever? A friendship. That's what's forever. And so, and listen, we love all of our friends equally, but like if you're a member of the Patreon, we got a little something and we got a little extra hangout for you today.
We got a little something.
We got a little extra for you, but it's like we love you all equal and we're all friends. But like if you have the opportunity to meet us over at the Patreon.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff going up on the Patreon this week, but today you'll get a bonus clip from It's Too Early.
There's a lot going on.
We love everybody that shows up and supports the show. There's a bunch of ways that you can do so. You can do so for free by just showing up and watching every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, babies. That's the number one thing. We make a show so that you will watch it. The number two thing, very, very close, is donating during the show. That is the way that most directly supports the host that you see on camera. It's very cool of you, and we appreciate when you do it, and it is how we do things like pay bills and eat. It's very good. Wow, Anthony. It's how we feed Dagger.
That's the boy.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Hey.
I don't know how to do anything.
But you can also do things for free, like join the Discord. You can tell a friend about the show for free as well. You can tell someone else to subscribe to the Patreon. What, you don't got Patreon money? You already have subscribed to the Patreon? Tell someone else to.
Tell someone else to. I don't know.
Kind of funny.
Make use of your time. I don't know.